Good afternoon. Thanks to the table here that just left. They've obviously heard me bang on about milk in the past. I have actually brought my own little audience here. We've got Kit and Evie, who are my twins. They're my official photographers. And if everybody else disappears, they will sit there through thick and thin because they've heard me rant about all number of subjects over the last 9 years. My real big moan, though, is about milk. We produce some fantastic milk in West Wales and indeed in North Wales. And then we put it on lorries and we ship it to Droitwich and Southampton and Aylesbury and Somerset to bottle it. And then we put it on more lorries and we bring it all the way back to Wales. Now, I think that's an absolute nonsense. It's about 360 odd miles and it takes about 2 days. And frankly, it's just a waste of diesel because there's 4 different vehicles and it just goes on and on and on. So what we've decided to do is we tried to circumvent that. So this is a bottle of Tesco milk, Tesco Welsh milk. And it's been a little bit of a journey. I think it's done 420 miles and it's now back where it started. So that's where we've come from. It's good milk. It's come from a good farm, but it's been all the way to Droitwich, and that's this real problem. But we can take that a stage further if you want to, and we can look at this block here. Does anybody know where that's come from? Anybody? New Zealand. Fantastic. So if you were up early watching the rugby this morning, you'll know there's a few time zones between us and New Zealand, and there's 11,500 nautical miles. And this left Christchurch about a year ago, and it went to Stockholm, and it was in a block about the size of that tent, and then they cut it into a block about the size of that table, and they sent it to Swindon, and they put it into a block about the size of a lunchbox, and then perhaps it came to near Wales, and they put it into this block. So the next time you pick up a pack of Anchor, which is about 40p more than our organic Welsh butter, wish it a happy birthday. It's really getting on a bit, actually. And it's probably been frozen twice as well.
It's aged.
It's seriously aged. Seriously aged butter. But you look for the words made in New Zealand on here, and it's in really, really small letters. And, of course, this is now owned by Arla, and they also own Lurpak, so they've got a massive domination. And they are getting you to spend much more money on butter than you need to. I think this is 160. Rachel's Organic or Calon Wen Organic are about 140, 130. So you're paying through the nose for something that's come a long way. What we're trying to do is we're trying to put milk back where it started. So there's a town in West Wales called Whitland. 7 trains a day used to leave Whitland for London. It was milk capital of Wales. And in about 1995, our friends at Dairy Crest decided to shut their dairy in Whitland because it wasn't quite as economic as it could have been. 6 months after they shut it, it would have been absolutely fine again, but they flattened it. We've now found 1.5 million down the back of the sofa. We haven't got any money from our friends at the Welsh Government or the County Council, and we've put what effectively is a microbrewery, a micro dairy, if you like, back on that site, way in the corner of where this enormous dairy once was. And for the first week in October, we will be pouring back into Whitland, quite literally, pouring back into Wales. Our milk will come 20 miles, no further, to our dairy. We won't charge the farmers a penny to get the milk to the dairy if they live within 20 miles. At the moment, they're being charged 2 or 3p a litre to get their milk to Droitwich, not unsurprisingly. And then we were going to put it in our own lorry and deliver it straight to the store. So it won't need to go to a distribution hub in Bristol or in Manchester or anywhere else that we currently deliver back to Wales from. So the milk will be a day fresher, and it'll have travelled an awful lot less. And what we want to try and do is we want to try and teach people a little bit more about where their milk's come from. Having a red dragon on a bottle of milk is not enough because it doesn't tell the whole holiday story. It just tells half the story. And we want people to understand how far it's gone before it can possibly come back. Thanks very much.